Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and it is Friday, which means it is time for Fridays with Fred. Yes! So, real quick, we'll talk about what Fridays with Fred is. I was just making sure I was actually recording because it was kind of hard to crawl around on the floor and figure out how to get that puppet in the camera. So, Fridays with Fred is basically the day we are going through my progress on the projects in this book. I bought this book. It's Knitting the Neighborhood, the official knitting patterns of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and I want to make them all. Mr. Rogers is awesome. Let's do it. So, we're working on my second project. But first, before we talk about the project, let's do some housekeeping. I don't know, is this housekeeping? Let's do the openings for the day. The daily openings. We have day 19 of the stitch marker set from Miss Ellie Leva. I had a little burp there, I'm sorry. At Ellie Leva's Crafts and More. Oh, it's the Gnomie. She always includes a gnome somewhere in the collection. And today, it's Gnomies. And it looks like they're in the back of a red truck, kind of similar to my ornament decorations, if you saw that. And it's got beautiful beads, red, green, kind of gold, a blue in there. So pretty. I love it. Let's see what day 20 has in store for us. My favorite holographic paper. I love it. I'm a child and I love it. Let's see what it is. It is, oh, that's very pretty. It's got a bigger red shiny bead. I think it's plastic with green beads on it, and it's got an enameled charm that says Noel. There you go. Is it going to focus? Focus. There you go. So pretty. I love that. Thank you. And next, we have day 22 of our Gingersnap That yarn advent calendar. We have gone into some reds, and I can tell there is some red peeking through here. So we're going to stay in the reds. Do we think a new color is going to be introduced? I think so. I'm betting a new color is going to be introduced. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if you call it a new color or not. It's tending, there's much more red in this one than yesterday's, but it's kind of trending towards some pinks. But I mean, pink is really just light red, so hard to tell if we're going to be moving back into some pinks or if we're going to stay in the reds or go somewhere else and the pink is just kind of a... So the word washed out is coming to mind, but I think that has a not great connotation, and this is beautiful, so I'm not saying this isn't beautiful. Muted, that sounds bad. No, just a less heavily pigmented red. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, so anyway, this is what I was more expecting for yesterday's. I don't know, maybe when it comes to knitting the sweater, I might change day 21 and 22 for my fade. I don't know. We'll see. What would you guys do? I'll hold them all up so we can get a good look at it and see. It's going to kind of depend on where we're going from here, because maybe we do move into the pinks and that makes more sense. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to start with day 1 and we'll go all the way through day 22. There's day 1. We're going to see the color progression. Look at how glorious this is. Now we're going to move into our green moment. Look at that. And our blues. And then reds into today. So there we go. You know, I think this has got deeper speckling that I do think goes, I'm not even in camera. I think this one, the yesterday's, does have some deeper, more cranberry red tones. That does go better with the day before, so maybe I won't switch them around. We'll see. I like the idea of preserving the Advent as created. Okay, so let's hop back into Fridays with Fred. My first project was the Beginnings cardigan, which I made for my husband Brian. And this one is the Daniel Striped Tiger Puppet. It was designed by Nikki Epstein. And here's what theirs looked like. Mine does look differently because they used Lion Brand Go for Fleece Sherpa yarn. I used Lion Brand Go for Faux Fur yarn. So mine looks a little more furrier. And here we go. So I did decide not to stitch on like a mouth or whiskers because frankly it looked bad. And the kids thought he was cute just like this. So here we go. We have a puppet, a Daniel Striped Tiger puppet. Yay! Oh, am I getting texts? I am getting texts. Let's see if this is one I have to respond to. Okay, I might have to respond. Brian has off work today and he's running errands. Last minute variety errands. Okay, but here we go. So these are the eyes and one of the little noses that Mel so kindly sent me. Mel from Lethalia's Little Hook. If you don't know her, please check her out. She is a fabulous, fabulous lady, and not just because she sent me things. She is a wonderful friend to the Yarny Crafty community. And I think these eyes just look perfect. And I love that this ear doesn't want to stand upright. It just gives him personality. Oh, I love him. I'm so excited. Like, never in a million years did I ever think I would be hand knitting hand puppets. Oh, I keep checking to see if a picture comes through from Brian. And here we go. Oh, okay. Okay. Question answered. So here we go. We have a puppet. It's finished. It is finished. I am so excited. Oh, it's so cuddly too. Oh, it's so soft. So, like I said, I used Lion Brand Go for Faux yarn. And I ended up in that puppet. I used one full skein and a touch out of a second of this brown, which is Jupiter, and I used maybe half a skein of the white, which I think is Star or something. Let me see. It is Star. It is Star. So I think if you had 2 skeins of this, you would be just fine. In the pattern, they knit it and then they like double stitch, or they add the stripes on later. I added the yarn and knit the stripes into it. I like how it turned out. It's in reverse stockinette, so the pearls side's showing, but the yarn is so fuzzy you don't even know. Like you can barely tell. Like if I got confused and couldn't remember, I had to really pick at it and see the V's. I did add a couple of stitches. And with it all done now, I'm thinking I could have left out the extra stitches and it would have been just fine. Bingo's playing. I did not change the width of the ears. I kept the ears to pattern, but I did do one extra row because I held it up and I thought they looked a little short. They looked a little stumpy. So I had an extra row. That might be why they're not standing up as nicely, because they're a little longer, but they're only 1 row longer. Come on. That's not the biggest deal. And yeah, so that's what I did. I used the pattern called for US 15 knitting needles, which is 10 millimeter. That's what I used. This yarn asks for US 13, which is 9 millimeter. I tested it on the 10 and I liked the fabric, so that's just what I went for. But I have my 9s just in case I needed it. And yeah, so exciting news. I have to unpack this bag, and what we're gonna do, oh, I've got some fuzz in my mouth. Next week, I will be back on Friday again, but I will be nominating the next pattern that we're gonna start working on. So I'll nominate it, and then you guys will vote, and you can vote. I'll do it all 3 ways again, where you can vote in a community post on my channel. You can say down below in the comments which one you want to see, and I'll have a post in my Facebook group. And you can post in any, or you can vote in any and all of those places. One vote per person. I don't care. Vote in all 3 if you want. And yeah, we'll see where we're going. I am going to I'm gonna put a sweater back into the mix, but we're gonna leave the toys out this time since I just did a toy. Which sweater? I don't know. We gotta be thinking. I might make a kiddo sweater. We might do a... I'm gonna put this scarf back in because I would quite like to try that scarf. So yeah, in case I can tell you what categories we will have, but I can't tell you exactly which pattern from the categories will be on the list. So we're going to have a sweater, we'll have an accessory, we will have oh, that's right, they have puppets and toys as separate categories within the book. So I'll leave out the puppet, but we will have a toy. So we'll do sweater, accessory, toy, or blanket will be your options. I'm excited to see where you guys send me next. It's always an adventure, and I love it. I'm having so much fun with these. I'm glad you guys are having so much fun going on this adventure with me, even if you don't knit and you're not making them with, following along or anything. So, I will see you, like I said, next week with voting round 3. I'm excited. I think I probably could have finished this quicker, but life interceded. So that happens. No worries. We'll see how the next one goes. I'm just doing this for fun. I have no timeline, so I'm taking this as no rush projects. It's just having fun. And that's how crafting should be, right? Okie dokie. Bye-bye.